Hi there, you're watching Live in the Living Room with me and James, Vince. We're doing a Q&A session of questions and answers. You've asked the questions, we're going to provide you with the answers, and we're going to start off with the very first one. It's from Anne Clark Cowell. The question is, what's next for Live in the Living Room? He knows that we're doing a live event in November, and we're relaunching the show in a newish format.
Yeah.
So what kind of new format is there, and what kind of things are you going to be bringing into Live in the Living Room?
Okay, well, for start, the show is way longer. Instead of like one video, it's going to be a total of, I think, 7. I think there's 6 acts plus. Well, that's actually 8. There's 6 acts, and then an advice instructional video, and then your interview. Yeah, so that's 7. Oh, there's 5 acts. I think there's more acts.
Yes.
More acts. There's a team of people helping me this time, and yeah, just basically each selecting an act they want to feature, and we're doing it that way. So it's more a collaborative effort across like the country music kind of scene, as it were. It's not predominantly it's not like a wholly based country show, but it's going to be predominantly country, like the events that have been in the past and stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, and it looks good. I've edited it all to the first episode together, and it looks good. So, and there's a new title sequence as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're right.
Tell us any more about that, or is that a surprise for everybody for the first
It's a surprise. It's going to be great. You might recognize the title music, but yeah, it's going to be. I think it looks great. So,
I've pre-seen it, and I think it looks great as well. I mean, I'm a bit biased though, so.
Of course you are.
Now, to go on from what you just mentioned there regarding like the tips and tricks as being a part of the new segment to it, what kind of tips and tricks are you expecting people to be giving the audience? You know, what kind of views, what kind of things are we willing to learn?
Well, these advices, sorry if you can hear a dog. There's basically people giving advice on music related subjects. So things like for example, I'll give an example now, like things to avoid when learning an instrument, or like if you're learning guitar, how to deal with sore fingers, things like that, and how to kind of get gigs and how to network and things like that. Things that hopefully people find useful, especially if you're just starting out. It's basically just to kind of educate people, really. It's not in a condescending, patronizing kind of way. These are people who are doing people who are musicians, people who know what they're talking about, really.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to new musicians coming onto the show, we've had a question in saying, it's from Adam Blunden, which is official Blunden Music. He says, love the show. How would one go about getting on board with y'all?
I like the y'all. It's great.
Yeah.
He gets points for the y'all. Basically, well, to get on the show, the best thing to do is to send the show an email. So basically, if you go on the website liveinthelivingroom.co.uk, there, and you go to the apply bit, there's a contact form. If you fill in that contact form, then it comes through to my inbox. That would be the best way, because messages to the Facebook page can easily get lost.
Yeah.
So, and make sure you include some links to your music or stuff like that, so we know what you sound like.
Yeah.
Ideally, not gig footage, because we all know phones aren't the best for capturing sound. So, something just so we can hear what you sound like. Or if you've got some YouTube videos, for example, a performance you've done in the past, like if you've done an acoustic video in the past, something like that, just so we know what you sound like, basically. And then it'll probably be me that gets back to you.
So when it comes to artists promoting their music to you, what kind of things are you looking for in an artist, and what kind of, say, genre or kind of sound, kind of, you know, whether it's acoustic, rock, whether it's, you know, is there anything that you're looking for specifically?
I mean, in the past, Live Lim has kind of embraced all genres, as long as it can be done acoustic. So ideally, because Live Lim is an acoustic show, if you're a rock band, ideally, it'd be nice to see what you sound like acoustic. It's not about the look or anything like that. Mainly, it's the how you sound, basically. And yeah, hopefully, and then yeah. So yeah, it's that's how I would kind of pick acts to come on the show.
Now, for the show itself, we've had a question from Andrew Kesby, who's from On the Radar Events and Promotions. It says, what was the inspiration and idea behind doing Live in the Living Room?
Oh, wow. Okay. So I always say this is an idea that I never thought would work. Basically, it's a homage to Radio 1's Live Lounge. Back in 2011, I remember thinking, how cool would it be to do a show like that in my living room? And I kind of put it on the back burner for a while because I thought, no one will do that. And then early 2011, a person I used to go to school with, a musician called James Kirby, invited me to an open mic night at a pub near me in Ashford. And my experience of I never actually been to an open mic night. I thought it was all like poetry and kind of things. I thought, well, is this really going to be my thing? And I kept going to those open mic nights, and I got to know all these like musicians. And so I thought, well, maybe I could give it a try. So I kind of messaged all the musicians that I knew and said that I think I posted the original message online saying that I'm embarking on a new project called Live in the Living Room. Would anyone be up for it? And kind of started with the people that I knew. And then soon people were asking me to come on the show. I remember the first act to ever ask me to come on the show was a 7-piece called Daylight Saving. And they were a squeeze to get in the living room. And this was back when I had a really old camera. So it was kind of had to position myself way back because I couldn't zoom in or zoom out. And I don't think I got the new camera until like season 4, because you'll see a significant increase in quality of videos from that time. The picture quality is that. But yeah, I still say to people that I didn't even have a plan. I didn't even have a plug. Like, it's just like I didn't expect this to happen. Like, which I'm very glad it happened, and that after 10 years, it's still going. It blows my mind. Right.
Now, it kind of links into this next question then. Sophie Burton asks, what has been your most favourite moment of Live in the Living Room?
Okay. Oh, that would be when we hit 500. And if you watch that episode, it's about 25 minutes long. There's video shot in each room in my flat, including the bathroom. And because I thought everyone sees the living room, but no one knows the other rooms in the house, in my flat and stuff. It's even in my bedroom. There's 2 songs done in my bedroom actually, and I think the favourite moment was at the end when everyone does Little Big Town's Little White Church. That's it. I was going to say Big White Church or something. I've been confused. And I had some Texans over who was organising a little tour from around the southeast, and so I thought they did a phenomenal version of Purple Rain earlier in the episode. And I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if I had some UK acts and some US acts doing a song together? And I used to do a charity music contest called Listen, and I invited the people who come in the final for that, because I thought, well, they've done that song before, so now I have to play it and stuff. And I had a few more people in, and so basically I had 5 US acts and 5 American acts, not 5 UK acts, sorry, doing Little White Church. And I thought, I don't know how this is going to go. They're probably going to have like a few takes because they've never sung together before, and they harmonised perfectly on the first take. Yeah. And I couldn't believe it. And I think that is always a highlight. There's a picture I took on my phone that's on Instagram of everyone together, and I always like that picture because it's like I kind of did that. That's like how far we kind of come, and then 1,130 acts later. Exactly. Yeah.
Now, out of those acts, Mikey again asks, if you could have one of favourite artists or bands when growing up on the show, who would you want to have on Live in the Living Room?
Oh, Goo Goo Dolls. Like when I was like in high school, like they were still are my favourite band. But I would love to have them on the show. I mean, if I ever met them, I don't know what I'd say. Basically, it'd be kind of like, blah.
When you have like, say the Goo Goo Dolls and they play, say, a song such as Iris,
Yeah.
what would your reaction be like? Go on.
Oh God, literally, I'd fangirl all over the place, especially if they did Iris, because that everyone knows that song, and it's just, especially if they did it like, for example, if they weren't in my living room, if they did it like with an orchestra, so I did the full kind of Iris thing, like acoustic, but with an orchestra doing, because it's very kind of string heavy, isn't it? And I was like, oh my God, I won't be able to contain myself. It'd be like, no.
You have to stay behind the camera just that.
Because it's just like, I can't believe that actually happened. Like, yeah, I mean, hopefully one day I'll get to meet them and just say thank you for like all the music and stuff, and like sound like ABBA. But just being the soundtrack to my like high school years.
Yeah. Now, which artists or bands are you really excited about? This comes from Simon Burrows from Simon Says Music Promotions.
Oh, okay. Ooh. As he talk, I'm guessing he's talking about local artists. I'm guessing.
Let's create a generic, broad spectrum. So we'll have local artists, those based within, say, the UK.
Yeah.
Based further afield, and those that we know are either coming on live in the living room, possibly in the future, or we might keep that a secret, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, UK acts I know that have got great potential. People like Harriet Rose, Steve Hewitt, Tennessee Twin, acts that have got great potential, and it's only a matter of time before people discover them.
Yeah.
I know my friend Trey in Nashville, I think I sent you a question, has seen the potential in, especially Harriet Rose, so she's going to go places. Also in America, people like Reed Brothers and oh God, who else in America? I think are phenomenal. Cleet Bradley. People have got phenomenal voices. It's only a matter of time before they discover people that I would have signed on the spot if I had a record company.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too many people to count in the US, like, because they're all phenomenal. Yeah.
I think that's the problem with those kind of questions is as many, you can list as many artists as you want. The list isn't exhaustive.
No.
The fact that everybody in their own unique way are just so talented.
Exactly.
UK and in the US, everyone's got their own unique sounds.
Yeah.
I personally love the way that the UK country has kind of developed and twisted itself. We don't have the honky tonks or the dirt roads like what in the Midwest of the US or in the southern states. But we've taken it and we've added our own flair to it. We've added our own element to it, and
because we don't have, as you said, don't have things like honky tonks, things like over here. So we've kind of adapted and created our own kind of country sound.
Yeah.
And which could be more Americana in a sense, but I don't know. But it's it's nice that we sound different to our US kind of country kind of friends, as it were.
Yeah. Now you mentioned a question possibly from Trey. So yes, Trey has sent in a question. Trey Ackerman from Willow Creek Music Publishing. Very strong question. Do you think women are underrepresented in the music business?
Yeah, yes. I've read that it's more likely that a male singer-songwriter will get signed over a female, and that's not right.
Yeah.
Everyone should have an equal opportunity. Just because they're a man doesn't mean they'll sell more records. Like that, it should be about the talent. And apparently, only 3% of like, oh, I can't remember, was it? There was a statistic and I've forgotten it, but it's not right. It should be it should be equal.
So I'm going to kind of lead this on to this next question then, and it's from Tennessee Twin. If you had one wish for live in the living room, the artists that play for it, what would that be?
Ooh, well, I would love for the acts that perform on the show to be seen by lots of people, like for it to become like in stature's NPR Tiny Desk concerts or something like that, where millions of people watch the videos and things like that. I want people to discover these acts,
Yeah.
and for someone to get signed off the back of that or something like that. Just I want acts to be successful, and hopefully by coming on a show that it will help them. Basically, I basically want the show to be watched by loads of people, and in turn, loads of people will discover all these amazing acts that have got so much potential.
Yeah, no, it's so true. I mean, that is ultimately what we're here for. Those who are in the music business, you know, we're there to help promote artists and to help gain those artists new followers.
Exactly.
That views. So share away, everybody.
Please, when a new episode goes live on August 1st, please share it, watch it, tell your friends. I mean, I really want these new episodes to be watched by loads of people, and so these acts that have taken the time to send videos into the show can get the viewership they deserve.
Yeah. Now, one of the final questions that we've received in is from the absolutely amazing Balin Leonard from Absolute Radio Country. And he asks, it's in regards to like the charities and how we mentioned at the start, the gig that's happening in November.
Mm-hmm.
How do you pick the charities that you support? Is there usually a personal connection? Is there anything that kind of intertwines that?
I mean, well, the charities are mainly personal to me. For example, I suffer with anxiety. My dad had dementia before he died, and I had meningitis when I was 18. And I want to help people who've been through that like me, things like that. I want to help people who suffer anxiety. I want to help people deal with the horrible disease that is dementia, and for people to learn more about meningitis and things like that, and for people so I can help meningitis now and National Meningitis Trust Association in America do more in their fight against the disease. I mean, the local aid tracks, they started off with a personal connection, I thought, and then it went on to, it would be nice to do a track for them, or something like that, or people would suggest charities to do a track for, and but mainly the events is a personal connection, and that probably sounds a bit selfish, but I want to help others, basically. I mean, if someone came to me and said, could you do an event for Macmillan, then maybe, yeah. So it's not, but it's all about kind of timing and things like that. And hopefully next year we'll be back to the full kind of live schedule. So we'll be doing 3 big fundraisers a year, things like that. But it's not to say people can't recommend charities to me and things like that. So it's not like a closed box, as it were.
Yeah. Now, whilst we were talking on the topic of the charities and the gigs that you're creating, the gig that's happening in November, can you tell us more about it?
Well, it's for Anxiety UK. It's Live Liver's first live show since before the pandemic. Actually, since October, no. The first event in the UK since October 2019. And it's basically a big writers' round. If you came to the Bedford show, the show at the Bedford in October 2019, it's exactly the same thing, just the charity's different. Same big writers' round, except we're not having a band this time. So it's just basically 8 groups of 3 acts across, like, it's predominantly country, but it encompasses things like Americana and things like that. And tickets are available now. If you go to if you look up the event on Facebook, it'll be called Live Living Gives Back. Or if you go on the website, it'll be on there. And you can buy tickets now. And it only costs about £10. And and that money goes to Anxiety UK. And we'll be encouraging donations at the show as well. Either maybe through Just Giving or things like that, because obviously still COVID. So so we might have to work a way around that, like doing like a digital kind of fundraising, things like that. I did think about getting one of those good box thingies, but it's a lot of money to rent one of those. So yeah.
Now, say the event goes ahead still, you know, is there going to be like an idea to have it streamed out so people can pay to watch the stream? You know, say a rate or.
Well, as far as I know, Bedford stream it themselves on their website or on their social media, I think. I don't know if they still do, but they used to. It would be a good idea, but it's a case of money because I haven't. And so yeah, it'd be nice to get someone to properly film it and or stream it, but there's logistics involved and stuff like that, and also the big subject of money. So but if you can get down to the show, please. And tickets are available online. I prefer people to book online, just so we know how people are turning up. Obviously, you can book on the come by on the door and things like that. I accept cards because I've got one of those fancy sum up machines, so I'm contactless. It's ingenious. I love it, and so you don't have to root around for like your pennies and stuff.
Yeah,
but it'd be a great time. So and Dom might be hosting. We don't know.
Possibly. It all depends on work commitments, but as it stands, you might be getting a surprise appearance from myself.
Exactly. There might be a surprise Northerner.
Now, in terms of back to live in the living room itself as the episodes, with the first episode due to come out very soon, are you excited or nervous?
Bit of both. It's because this has been planning for months. Like, the format has changed several times, and it's all put together. And yeah, so I'm excited for people to see it. Also, a bit nervous that people might not watch it, but a friend of mine who's good with YouTube has told me how to title it and all that kind of stuff, and he's happy to kind of help the video get watched, as it were. He's got one of those YouTube like Play Award plaques, so he knows what he's talking about. But I just really want people to watch it. A lot of time and effort has gone into putting these episodes together, so please give it a watch. Have it on in the background, just while you do your housework or something like that. Just please watch the video. Please share it, because there'll be a link on the social media channels. Please share it and just make sure everyone watches this video.
That's what it's about.
Exactly. Please share.
The plaques as well are amazing.
Oh yeah, yes, please. Yeah, I mean, obviously the acts need to share it as well, but the acts are amazing. I mean, yes, and our northern friend Dom is the host of Live in the Living Room, so exactly.
Now, finally, to your great delight, Scarlet River Management and Rachel Selleck. They're your kind of counterpart. They're working alongside you with Live in the Living Room. How has it been working with Rachel?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Rachel's awesome. Like, the reason why I brought her on board, because she knows what she's doing. She gets stuff done. Obviously, she's very busy with Scarlet River Management as well. So I'm very happy that she has come on board, even though she's a very busy woman.
Yeah.
And okay, Dom, so how do you find working with Rachel? Because you're also my number two.
I find working with Rachel amazing. You know, she's well knowledgeable in the whole community within country music. She's knowledgeable within music in itself, as well as every aspect, because she does a lot of work with other companies in terms of helping artists from the bottom up. So I think it's an amazing partnership, and anything to help the artists. That is what we said at the start. You know, that's what we're here for. Exactly.
That's why I started this show, to help unsigned acts get the exposure that they should be getting. And hopefully now the show is kind of emerged, as it were. Hopefully there'll be a bigger platform for acts to come on and promote themselves and stuff. Hopefully one day we might get some really big acts playing with some unsigned acts. We don't know. I mean, that's kind of the dream, to have an NPR Tiny Desk concert style show where one video is like Coldplay and another video is Taylor Swift, and then you've got an unsigned person. And it's just like, you want just to give people the platform they kind of deserve.
Yeah, totally, totally. Now, how do people find Live in the Living Room? What do they search for in YouTube, on socials? How do they find us?
Okay, well, hopefully the social should be here. But on Facebook, it's facebook.com/ this is litlr. Twitter's the same. I'm at this is litlr. I'm saying it at this is litlr on Twitter. Same with Instagram, or you can go on www.liveandlivingroom.co.uk. All the socials are there. If you want to go on YouTube, it's youtube.com/user/LFTLR, because the show, before I did the first one, I was going to call it Live from the Living Room.
Yeah.
But YouTube won't let you change your handle. So that's why there's an F in there instead of an I. Please subscribe, and so that all helps. In the words of Tesco, it all helps. Other supermarkets are available. And yeah, please support the show and support these amazing acts that appear on the show.
Thank you, James, for coming on.
Thank you, John.
It's been great to find out the nooks and crannies. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Please like, share, subscribe. It all helps. You're amazing. Thank you.
You heard it here first. So yes, thank you everybody for watching. It has been a genuine pleasure being able to chat with James about Live in the Living Room, and I'm looking forward to hosting this upcoming season of Live in the Living Room. And be sure to buy tickets as well for the November show. Go online. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.